Good morning. So I'm going to be talking to you today about what happens when your pile of tech debt falls over spectacularly. More importantly, I'm going to talk about how we can reduce the stress that is so often associated with incidents. To introduce myself, my name is Tom. I'm an engineering lead at Yext. We help our clients deliver brand-verified answers to their customers wherever they ask on the web, and we've had an incident response process for about 2 years now, which has been working pretty well for us. I think we've all been here. Something goes wrong with your app or your website, and everyone starts yelling. The customers start yelling at the account managers start yelling at the software engineers, and the software engineers start yelling at each other, trying to spread the blame around. Everyone starts freaking out, and nobody's talking to anyone else. No one's really getting anything done, or if they are, they're not saying that they're getting anything done. And you don't reach a conclusion, or when you do, you don't know how you reach that conclusion. Everyone has a horrible time, and people start resigning. Okay, let's breathe. We're going to talk about how to make this less stressful. We're at the Academy of Medicine. The healing starts here. So I'd like to tell you a story about this guy, Chris Hadfield, the first Canadian astronaut to walk in space and a veteran of the Space Shuttle and the International Space Station. Now, a few years ago, he was on a spacewalk and some defogging solution from his visor got into his eye. This caused his eye to water, and because he was in microgravity, the tears didn't stream, they pooled over his eye. This spread to his second eye, and he was blinded. Imagine that. You're 300 miles above the surface of the Earth, and you are blind. Terrifying. But he stayed calm. Not because he's naturally a cool, calm, and collected individual, but because he had a plan, and he knew what to do. And he knew he could rely on these people. He radios down to mission control, and they work together to come up with a solution. So they tell him, vent the air from your suit. And he did it, and it worked. And he did that without question because he knew that he could trust these people with his life. They'd practiced this again and again and again. Not this exact problem, but they knew what to do when things went wrong. So now I'd like to talk about a well-handled software incident. I'm not interested in the what people are doing. I'm more interested in the why. So I'm going to be highlighting some guidelines for how you can respond well to an incident as a team. This is stuff we do at Yext, but I'm going to use a fictionalized example of an e-commerce company with these lovely people here who are product managers, engineers, and tech leads, and also part-time stock photo models. Something goes wrong with the order page. Alice notices, and there were no alerts fired, so she knows she can raise an incident. Anyone can raise an incident to get people involved and get started on solving the problem as quickly as possible. This goes into a public incidents channel that everyone can see, and people come in and inform everyone of what they're doing. Alice takes over as incident commander and brings on Bob as lead resolver. They work together to figure out a change that probably caused the problem. And the first thing that they do is mitigate. They roll back that change to get into a good state. Make your customers happy as soon as possible, because this gives you time to fix the problem properly without worrying too much about it or rushing. But once Bob's got his fix in, this isn't the end of the story. They need to learn something. So Carol goes off and writes up a post-mortem doc with action items that improve both the software and the processes. And they follow up to make sure that these are actioned. And most importantly, they practice a lot. They do regular drills of failovers. They get junior engineers to shadow senior engineers during incidents. And they do simulated incidents so people can practice in a safe environment. So to reiterate, anyone can trigger an incident. Keep everyone informed as to what's going on. Mitigate the problem before working on the fix. Learn something from the experience, and practice, practice, practice. So there's a lot more about incident response. I would definitely recommend the Site Reliability Engineering book from Google, particularly chapters 12 to 15. This is what we based our process on. And most importantly, it's free, which is awesome. So I'd like to thank you for your time. If anyone does have any questions, please feel free to find me during a break. I would love to have a chat. Thank you.